Season 28, F9, Round 2 on Singapore. We had Brian Short last week. I don't actually know who won, but I'm joined with Tom again this week. How are you, Tom?
I'm very good, mate. Yeah, last week was absolute chaos. That's what we absolutely love to see around here. Langfell was the one that picked up the victory last week, so it's not. He is here tonight, sorry. So, I mean, off the back of last week, he surely will be going for 2 in a row.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, to mention, Sam T didn't, he had a good race. Could have been better though for him. Tonight though, will be one of the favourites after winning that pre-season race. Really interesting now to see how he gets on.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, there's a lot of people missing tonight, but we don't know if they're joining mid quite as it obviously is Easter Sunday. But you still can't miss a race even though it's Easter Sunday.
Happy Easter everyone watching the stream. Everyone
in
his lobby as well, so hope everyone has had a good day so far.
Hope you had a lovely Easter, Tom. How was your Easter today?
It's been good. I've absolutely indulged in chocolate, as I'm sure
Same.
a lot of people here have. So, but really excited to be back commentating on, what's a fantastic F9, as to be said. Even though this is the 9th tier, it has some talent in it, I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, we definitely think a lot of people in this division are a lot more talented than having that F9 tier. Even if you have that F9, if you even have an F12, F11, you still have talent. Look at me, I'm an F12, and yeah, I'm not that quick, but everyone can have talent, even if they're in a lower division. But the first person on the lap is Headshot Leslie, who we don't know what happened. He was doing well again last season, or last race.
A bit of track information for tonight. It is the C5, C4 and C3 tyres. The mediums are about 0.8 slower per lap, with the hards being 2.4 seconds slower. They have the biggest pace difference across the entire calendar. Softs are supposed to last 9 laps, mediums 16 and hards 28, so the hards will last a long while. It is obviously a long race, the Singapore Grand Prix, and there is how many laps
31.
is it? It is 31 laps, and it's got 23 corners, so it's a very, very tough track to hook up, actually. Very technical, the curbs are high, so we may see, obviously, we've saw previous experience, in the actual F1, the Singapore thing has since been removed, but in the game, it is very hard to hook up a lap here, so let's see what the drivers can do. It is Leslie, the first on the flyer. Yeah,
we obviously, Leslie was doing well at the start of this race, but then I think he had a little bit of a shaky moment near the end of his race, but I don't know where he finished last week. But I'm just gonna send in the link so you can just talk over his lap quite, Tom.
So it is Leslie now as he comes into sector 2. You want to just skim the inside curb there. Does really well. Obviously, no exit curbs around here. Skimming the curb, going over it slightly there, and losing the back end a little bit there. Little slide. He is on the medium tyre, so perhaps that could explain it. Cold mediums, whatever. They will offer obviously less traction. Now coming in sector 2, he has hit the wall quite dramatically there. So that is Leslie, and it's not actually letting me do the proper camera for Leslie. So I mean, that looks as though he's definitely going to have damage to that left side of the front wing, because he had a massive shunt against the wall. So that really does epitomise.
The next person is Paducah, but he's invalidated, so we'll go on to Kolsnik, who obviously did very well last week, but there was a few bit mistakes obviously. But obviously a lot of people are looking at Langfell this week, Sam as well. He's missing the foot champs grind for this, so you got to give him the respect there. He's missing. He's putting foot champs behind him and he's doing races. But
Jibbuck as well is a very, very good driver, so you can't rule out any of this grid, to be honest.
No,
so
you can't.
We will see a lot of action, but obviously I think going into this, I would say possibly Sam T favourite. And it is Kolsnik setting fastest lap so far. The first lap is a 1:34.9, so it's a nice banker there for Kolsnik, actually.
That does a 34.8. 35.0, good lap from him, but Jibbuck on medium, see what he can do. 35.3 on mediums though, that's pretty quick.
That is a very impressive lap, in fact, for Jibbuck.
Bowers coming through, pole position for Bowers.
Well, with Bowers, it's interesting because he's not usually too strong in qualifying. He makes up for it in the race
down on his lap. Ooh.
And that is key, it looked like. Key was in the wall. I'm not sure whether he's gotten damage or whether it was just getting out of the way, but
he does not.
He does not, so he's probably just getting out of the way, but that was seeing on the board
You know
there,
that
but
Hyper has damage, and he's coming to the bridge, under the bridge.
Yeah, he does indeed, to that right side. The right side of that M play is completely missing for Hyper's car, so he will have to pit now.
He's still doing the lap,
unless
though.
he just... Yeah, he's just been doing his banker then. I mean,
Obvious.
it will not be... He backed out of it. No, that was his banker.
Just to say, this obviously is an anti-clockwise, so any damage doesn't really affect the car, to be honest, because even on like yellow damage, your car can still drive, but in the wet it's horrible, because even if you have a slight bit of damage, you're not going to be good. But the previous one at Langfell, he's invalidated his outlap, but Langfell's probably one of the stronger guys in this division. He's running a number that I won't say, because you never know what could happen. I'm not saying the number he's running, because we could get TOS banned, but he's running a very very cool number. But see what he does on his lap. Obviously you want to stay to the right far you can. You want to touch inside curb slightly. You want to go over that curb. You want to use the entry curb, because that curb can kill you. Obviously you want to stay tight left as you can. You want to use this entry curb a little bit, and then use a tiny bit of entry on the apex. He slides a little bit there, so you can go a bit wider there for him, but he takes it nice and tight on here. You want to just take it a little bit about middle. He does a purple sector 1. This looks like it's going to go pole, Tom.
Yeah, definitely nice sector 1 there, but like you said, stepping out of the rear there, coming off the exit curb, so that will have cost him that time. Will he be able to beat the barrels of 134.7 though? So he's going to have a strong sector 2 here. Very technical part of this track now. How do you enter it? How do you exit it? How to take the apex here? He takes it nicely, in fact, using the entry, but that front there, nearly side. He has saved it, and he's caught it before it's hit the wall. So nice save there for Langfell. Now coming up, he's just done one of the heaviest braking zones on the track now with that DRS. We may see a few overtakes done here tonight. Is a purple sector 2 for Langfell. So if he does a sector 3 now, it will look good to beat Bowers. 134.7.
He goes fast with 35.4 on mediums, so maybe Key's on the little tap of the wall, but no damage. No damage.
So yeah, he's just tapped the wall there, so that will cost him potentially half a tenth to a tenth, if not more, of lap time there. So will he be able to still get the provisional pole, Langfell, after doing that tapping the wall and losing?
He's
going off the exit cup there. Comes across the line. What would it be? It will not be. It will not be.
I think that slide maybe affected it, but I think he's had really good laps on Langfell there. I know Langfell's a good driver, but I don't know about his quality pace. If someone in his esports team GNR is watching, is he good in quali? Or is he good in the race? I don't know. We definitely didn't see it battling through. He was not quick in quali, and he was mega in the race for Langfell.
Yeah.
But Leslie's got purple sector too, but obviously on the timing it was slower than Langfell in the middle sector, but it is on mediums. So obviously he will be a little bit slower than the soft runners. But the highest soft runner is Jibbuck, and well, medium runner is Jibbuck. But he is now on soft. So will be Key.
That was a very nice lap for Jibbuck, actually. To get that on mediums, if he'd have done that on softs, he would have got provisional pole. So definitely a nice banker. Patuco is on a really nice lapper, actually.
Well, actually goes 7th.
He has picked up quite a few purple sectors now. As he comes across the line, what will it be?
It's leaning.
Ooh.
It's leaning. That might just be pole. I think that is pole, because it is now leaning.
That's a fantastic lap.
If you can look on,
it's raining?
If you look on the halo, look at the halo, Tom. It's now raining.
It is raining. We have rain in Singapore qualifying.
Stop the count, Patuca's saying in his helmet. Stop the count. You'll be saying his helmet. Stop the count now.
Rain in Singapore. This is going to make it dramatic if this carries on into the race. We may see a few drivers. I don't think that time's going to be beaten. I think Patuca will have pole it, and it will be Bowers in second, most likely. I don't think anyone... It is only light rain at the minute, only little drop, so perhaps with a lap is put in now, it may still be somewhat competitive. But with 8 minutes left to qualifying, this is definitely going to make it hotted up, this qualifying session. This, if it wasn't already around Singapore, rain, and that is, well, that is something else.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to affect people, but if Bowers is down on the time, we'll check Colesnick. Doesn't say, but Bowers is half a tenth down, so this lane might have just affected it, and this is probably what the grid's going to be, but we don't know if it's going to be like, it could be wet race, which is very exciting, which is going to obviously put everyone at a disadvantage if people are on dry setups. The wet setup is lovely down here, even though it's exactly the same as dry, but the wet setup is lovely because, but the wet is dangerous as well, obviously, Tom, because if you're behind someone, you can't really see. The spray does affect people, so you obviously don't want to be right behind someone. You just want to be sticking in that, like maybe beside them. Like Bowers, I don't know if he's up.
It does indeed. I mean, Bowers is still second, but the thing to mention is what all this do to Samty's qualifying, because the rain is coming harder now. Samty only in 10th at the minute, and it doesn't look like it's going to improve massively on his time. He's actually 6/10 up, so we probably will not improve at all in this time.
Yeah,
but he has been losing quite heavily.
Don't think anyone's going to improve unless Colsnick has a mega one here. And Colsnick does improve only just. So maybe it's not going to be enough improvements of people here. This might just be the qualifying grid.
Oh, Koznick's lost it! Koznick's out! Koznick's out! He's gone over the curb in Sector 1. Losing the grip there in Sector 1. He's flown into the wall. Red Bull driver out of qualifying in Sector 1 there.
Respect to Sam, he still went 6th, but qualifying is definitely over. Unless it gets drier again. We don't know. Now someone can put in the comments if it gets drier. Because I think Traphead's watching. Unless he's had the thing where it says it's dry but it's raining. It always does that on the computer thing. It says it's going to be dry but it actually rains. It's a glitch on the game they have never been able to fix, but hopefully next game it doesn't happen.
It is only light rain, so I wonder whether that will affect too much. But the medium runners now will be perhaps ruined that they didn't go on the soft tyre, because I think the grip levels are diminishing and fast around Singapore. There's 6 minutes after qualifying. I don't think a lot of drivers will be able to improve on their time. I'm now watching P Suarez, and that rain is definitely getting heavier and affecting that lap more and more as qualifying goes on.
Despite the qualifying, I don't think anyone's going to be able to improve. So, this is the qualifying grid for this evening. I don't think anyone's going to be able to improve massively, but Paco, as his name is, but it's P4, he goes P11. So that is probably the grid for the race tonight, Tom. I don't think anyone will improve like mega, but we don't know. We never know.
Unless track formula can hook a lap together.
He can't, he's got a quality ban.
Conditions.
He's not allowed to. He has a quality ban to serve.
I didn't know that. Well, he's out on track formula. So,
but I think qualifying is over. For looking like it.
This is
obviously that is sad for drivers that they would like. I don't know why people went out on mediums. If it was a wet race, if it's a wet race, I don't know why people have gone out on mediums. I think because if it is a wet race, that might be done in people's races. I think if they went on mediums, I think it's just worth it. If it's a wet race, just go on softs. My opinion. I don't know what your opinion is, Tom, but Trap needs to remember that he does have a quali ban. I think he's allowed to do an outlap and then go on the pitch. Just have his setup locked in to make it fair. So the setup locks in, and then he can retire. So that is fair. You're allowed to do an outlap, but not a hot lap. But Raukio behind him isn't an outlap, so Raukio can't say he's impeding him. So this should be qualifying. I don't think anyone else is gonna go mega quick. Like, but I think. Yeah, obviously it'll be harder for. Obviously the race will be a lot closer. I don't think Patuca will bomb off like last week.
This will definitely be interesting. However, we do know, we saw in pre-season, Track Formula can drive from the back of the grid. We do know he is more than capable of driving from the back of the grid, like a Sergio Perez perhaps, if he gets involved in an incident and he's last, he can drive through that grid. So that would definitely be my one to watch actually coming into this race, Track Formula.
Just saying, Langfell put in the chat, wasn't saying anything about rain in the weather forecast, but it's raining. Langfell, as you're in the pitch, is it raining in the race? Because you're in the race, can you tell us if it's raining for us, please, so the commentators know? Because we would love to know the weather for the race. That'd be lovely, jubbly. Obviously, because it would be hard for us because we obviously don't know what the weather is for the race. But if Langfell can tell us, that'd be lovely. Oh, it's a fully dry race, which is good. That is a good thing then. So So
Yeah.
at the moment, it's Patuka on pole. It's Patuka on pole. Basically, no one else can improve. If Valkyo surprisingly just goes, I'm a god and I'm going to get about 7th on mediums in this weather, I will respect him and I will do a shoey if he gets 7th on mediums in this weather. And
He's lost it! He's lost it! Oh, he's absolutely lost it. The commentator's curse for Valko. Oh dear, he was improving by 2 seconds. That first, well, that lap there, and he has absolutely lost it there.
I think Valko hates me now. I think Valkyo's gonna hate me now. I said he'll get 7th instantly. Go. I'm sorry. I know I'm a bit of a curse, but I don't know why people are going out. It's wet. It physically can't dry up. There's no point in going out because you're just wasting tyres.
Quantization, I'm guessing.
Too, but it's just wasting the tyres. To be honest, for my opinion, you're wasting tyres. You're not like physically. I don't think you'll improve in this weather. Like in this weather, it's alright, but I do not think it'll improve that much. You'll improve into like Langfell. If he actually like improves enough that he goes at the front, I'll do a shoey.
I think for Langfell that's out. I don't think he will improve on that. But Jay Carty in 13th with that 137, I think he can definitely, not definitely, but potentially improve on that actually on the soft tyre. But the rain is really
just to say, Headshot, Lessie, Key, Jibok, and I think Sam are all starting on the medium tyres. So that is going to change up a lot as well.
Sam's on softs. But,
but if you go wait, are they?
Jibok, Key, and Lessie are all on mediums.
Oh yeah, Jibok, Key, and Lessie. That's gonna put up a lot of stuff. Just a lot in the pot in this race because obviously mediums can go longer. They are by near the end, but I thought, what? Is Kai actually going to pull in the pits as he's doing the lap? If he does the lap and improves, I'll respect it. If Langfell improves, I'll do a shoey.
I don't think that will happen. That'll be somewhat. I mean, that would be very impressive.
I don't think. Yeah, Carty's actually going out one more time. He's going for it.
Is Carty going for it? He is. Carty going for a lap then.
Yeah. See what he does.
Well, let's see what he can sort of line he takes through the first few corners. That traction really struggling, but it is actually quite a nice line through the sector 1.
It looks like it is tying up. There is less spots. I'm looking at this weird, like the camera when you just look on broadcast. It isn't leaning as much. It's still leaning, but not as much.
One for Carty.
He's down by a millisecond.
Yeah,
just down.
He can improve on that though. He can definitely.
There's a guy Russian. There's a Russian in our chat. I don't understand Russian, Poggle. I am English. So
this will be Jay Carty. Will he improve and perhaps beat P Suarez in qualifying? I think Humberto Mancini is safe in P11 as it stands.
Yeah,
I don't think he will improve by a whole second.
No, but is Langfell up? Langfell 3 times down, so Langfell can't improve.
Yeah, I think that was a big ask for Langfell. What will it be? Sector 2? Oh, he is.
Yeah, qualifying is over.
I don't think Jay Carty's improving there. I mean, it's just a bit of track acclimatization for these two then, as they complete this lap. Like you were saying, the tyres will have been diminished by this, but perhaps, you know, they haven't done too much.
Oh, he just went off.
Beforehand. Yep.
Clash gate. I've just cursed the clash gate, guys. It's gonna happen. The clash gate. Someone will crash out. Safety car happens, and then their teammate's leading, and the teammate wins the race because of it. I've crashed it.
Patuka though on pole. Bowers in second. Very impressive qualifying for the Renault driver. Kolsnik in third. Langfell fourth. I still try to say that. Moe sixth. Sam T in fifth. Sorry. Sam T in sixth. Jibok seventh. TSF1 eighth. Headshot Lessie in ninth. Hyper in 10th. Humberto Mancini 11th. P Suarez in 12th. Carty in 13th. Valkyo in 14th. And Dimsky in track formula didn't set times because of that qualifying ban for track formula, but you know, both drivers are more than capable of working their way through the grid during the race.
Yeah, obviously there's only 2 drivers from last year's F1 grid in Jibok and Valkyo, but Valkyo has to make his way up. Jibok, it's gonna be a little bit easier. Obviously we've run through the grid, so we don't need to run through it now. I'm just gonna chill not eat any chocolate because I've eaten too much today, and just look at the grid.
Let's go into this. Who would you say would be favourite?
What? We don't. I don't know.
It is tough. I'd have to say for me it is still Sam T, but I think Patuka has definitely increased his chances massively by getting that pole position. Be interesting though with the likes of Chibuk, Key and Headshot, who are all starting on the mediums. What sort of strategy they go for now, and when they do pit, whether it's the undercut or the overcut, where they will come out. So definitely, you know, gonna have to keep an eye on them during the race. But for me, one to watch, like I said, in qualifying, Trap Formula, back of the grid, could be put in 2.0.
Yeah, obviously we never know if what's gonna happen, but I can see the Mercedes pit crew got some hard tyres. They're just sitting without the tyre warmers on. Naughty, naughty. That's not gonna be good.
As we just wait for drivers to choose their hard balance or softer compound. Was it during qualifying? No, it's not. They're choosing their setup. What am I on about? They're choosing their setup right now. Definitely be. No, they're not. What am I on about? It's a good question. They're not choosing their setup right now. They're choosing their strategy. Sorry, their strategy for the race. Be interesting to see what sort of strategy people outside the top 10 go on, the likes of Trap Formula and Dimsky. Whether they choose the mediums. I mean, the hards are 2.4 seconds slower than fresh soft. So that is a massive deficit there as we get the formation lap underway here. Let me see the tyres. What is it? Wow. Have you seen the tyres?
Let's not say anything.
Well
then. Interval detail. Tyres. Top 10 obviously on the tyres they've qualified on. But then Mancini on the mediums, P Suarez on the hard, Carty on the mediums. It's like you know when you were on Minecraft, yeah, and you made the checkered floor out of wool. It's like that.
Well, that is the predicted pit stop strategy. A 3-stop is apparently viable according to the game.
That's a bit stupid.
Would anyone take that? Potentially not.
It'll probably be hard medium or soft medium.
Valkyo and P Suarez all on the hard tyres. They will feel very sluggish off the line, but if there is a early incident, will they pit? Will they stick with that strategy? That would definitely be interesting. As Patuka now slowly, obviously on station up, comes round into sector 2 now. Will be started in just a few seconds, hopefully then, as it is that strategy call outside the top 10, which was very interesting, and we have seen it. Humberto Mancini on mediums, Suarez on hards, Jay Carty on mediums, Valkyo on hards, Dimsky on mediums, and Trap Formula on hards. What will happen during this race? I would possibly argue Sam T still favourite. Patuka has a lot to claim though, after a nice race in fact in round 1, but the winner of round 1, Langfell in 4th though, so you can't rule him out as well. We have seen some tremendous pace around Bahrain short. In fact, the gap he pulled was so impressive for him.
Yeah, obviously. So, Patuka still won, but he just got that penalty at the end of the race, which obviously not good for him. But obviously we're coming up to the line here. I'm not going to say any predictions because it will be cursed, as I said last week. I said Snook's on the podium, Zap on the podium, and Sam winning. It cursed it. But is it just me, Tom, or am I getting 2017 Singapore vibes here?
I am as well. Don't worry about this. So 16 drivers will start. Hopefully we will see 16 finish. Whether that is realistic is another story though. Yes. As we just wait for the lights to come on.
Got a lovely camera here.
Round 2 of season 28 of PSGL. So let's come on. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. And away we go for Singapore round 2, F9. Seems like Patuka's got a fantastic start. Bowers quite soft the line though. Langfell up into 3rd place. The Ferrari driver might have got Bowers here. I was just seeing, I think that's Key SF1 running wide. There was it was Kolsnick, sorry, running very far wide. I thought it was at first Sam T up to 5th as well. Nice start though for Langfell, jumping up into 3rd place now.
Let's see if anyone's going for any moves. Laukio and Descartes and Dimsky on Slap. They've made it work. What battling here at the back? Slap, is he going to be impatient and send it again? No, he's going to be...
Formula down the inside of Dimsky. Dimsky defending well though.
Yeah.
It's nice battle between these two. Trying to go to work on Dimsky. As he's sticking with him, but no moves there. Nice battle though between two of them. Kept it clean, which is quite hard to do around here. So that was
Kolsnik back on key
in itself.
But he didn't get it work. Dribbok's going to have an attack now on Kolsnik. Kolsnik must have had a really bad start.
It will Dribbok go down the inside here. He will indeed. Dribbok down the inside of Kolsnik. Forcing Kolsnik to take the wide line, and Dribbok is ahead. We'll just see Headshot as well now going for a move on Kolsnik. Headshot's got past Kolsnik. Kolsnik dropping back 6 places in this opening lap. So he's an awful start of Red Bull driver. Really nice start though. 4 PSF1 up 2 places and P5s.
Now look who's now behind Kolsnik. P. Suarez, he's in the points some way on the hard tyres, so if he gets past Kolsnik, Kolsnik's going to be looking like, eh? That's an exceeding from P. Suarez there. That was a big exceed. Oh, timing glitch. Why? Oh, I see. He's going for his own teammate, but Dembski's up
to... that indeed. Trap Formula shot in and do the switch back on his teammate. His teammate's on the soft tyre, so will Trap Formula or not? He had a little look. He's gonna have the inside line in. No, backs out. His teammate spins. Lost the car. He's in the wall. He is in the wall, but he stayed in the race. He has got major damage to the left side of his front wing, though. So that will be an early change for the Hash driver.
Yep.
You are hyper to spin on his owner, losing the rear end and just sailing. It was just a passenger in that car, which was sailing towards the wall. Nothing you can really do. Suka up ahead, though. Pulled a 1.2 second gap to Bowers. So really nice in the opening 2 laps here. Bowers in second place as well. But Langpo, you can see, just behind him, eyeing him up. Will he get the move done next 2 laps? Will be interesting to see. That is a battle that we will have to keep our eyes on. PSF1 on the back of Sam T as well. Lots of drivers still in the second gap of each other. And that is Hubert Mancini trying to do sail around the outside of P. Suarez. He's going to have the outside line now. He's on medium. There's massive contact. He's round. Hubert Mancini round. And that is major wing damage for him.
Is it? I think he got damage.
Hubert Mancini did.
Did he? Oh,
yep.
He did. I
the
didn't
left side
see him
of
hit
his
the wall.
wing is... That has got to be orange or red damage there for Hubert Mancini. So that will 100% be an early pit stop for him. Involved with that incident with P. Suarez, who had to drop back now. I wonder whether P. Suarez got any damage from that. There was massive contact made. It doesn't seem, no, I don't think P. Suarez has got any damage there. But he's going to have track formula to defend against. Headshot picking up a 3-second penalty. There we go, 2 drivers have pulled him to the pit.
He gets past Sam.
That is massive for Key on the medium tyres. Hitting past Sam there.
Sam's going to look for it back. Let's see if he gets it. He goes to the inside and he's got it almost. He shoves Key off there. He's going to have to... No, don't do it here. That's... Whoa, not that little wall there.
Sam nearly ended up in the wall.
And now look at Dribbok on the outside. Oh, and headshot.
Dribbok.
Oh my gosh. This is a lot more compared. That's a lot. Oh, tap for him on P. Suarez and tap for him to make a move.
Nice for Trap now up into the 13th. Sam T having to now defend from Dribbok instead of attacking Key. That's not what he wanted. Bowers is dropped back by just over 2 seconds now. Super Tuco is pulled a nice gap away. So
Dribbok looks at it, but don't go for it.
Dribbok had a little look there, little fake. Perhaps trying to compromise the line of Sam T there, but Sam T unfazed the Alpha driver. PSF1, this will do him good though. He's able to just break away slightly and catch on to the back of 4th place, which is McLaren of Moore away. I still can, I'll call him Moore. Sorry,
I think it's Muret. I think it's Muret.
It's Muret, sorry. Muret?
It's like moo and then let. It's a moo.
Muret.
Just put what a cow sounds like, a moo and then let.
Muret, it is then. It is Dribbok with the DRS on Sam T.
Oh, wow, Kolsnik's in the pit fairly early.
Well, Dribbok has just sent one, and he's got the move done. What a move it is for the Williams driver. Sam T did that. tried to move late and defend from Jibok. But Jibok unfazed, sailing around the outside, got the inside line to the next corner, and got the move done. Up into 6th place goes William Driver on the mediums. Really nice for him.
Key could be taking 4th here. Well. Key's on for podium maybe on this strategy. This could be a podium for Key SF1.
After a disappointing Bahrain short race, Key SF1 looking really strong in the opening few laps of the Singapore Grand Prix.
Yeah, obviously Leslie's got that penalty, so if he's like, we don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, it's very early into the stage, so never happened. But Patuka, look, like obviously he was dominant in round 1. He's dominant again in round 2 at the moment. But ooh, little tap of the wall from Key. Did he get damage? No, he did not. Was that's good then? Jimbock's right behind him. Sam must have used his tyres a lot because he's lost a lot of time. But I think Key's about to get past, Leslie's about to get past Sam maybe. No.
He's done such a late move. KSF1, massive contact there with Mouet. Sorry, and that is.
Yeah, Mouet didn't get any damage, I think. So it's Key gets a pen.
He picked up a 3-second. He has exceeded the track limits. He may get a 1 of a move though. I noticed earlier he had to avoid an incident, so potentially I don't know whether he can get 3 seconds removed.
If it was avoiding an incident, he might get it removed.
If he doesn't pick up any more warnings, he could possibly get that.
Oh, it's off the pitting. Patuka is pitting, I think.
That is Langfeld in.
Oh, Patuka's pitting.
Patuka in as well.
They're doing. I think Langfeld might go for the undercut on Bowers here. But I think Key might be on for this podium. Trap.
Formula.
On the hard.
Fastest laps. On hard. Patuka onto the medium. So is Langfeld. So, P5 picked up 3 second. Bowers will probably push now and respond to the undercut attempt.
The thing is, look how close Langfeld is now to Patuka. That's pretty close. That could help. But I think that's a 2-stop now. Let's see.
Oh, Sam T's round!
Sam T almost hits Valkyrie. Valkyrie's up to 6. So
Sam T in a headshot got involved in a massive incident. And there was massive contact. And Sam T, who did save it from going into the wall, spin though, and now Trap Formula will be on the back of him. Trap Formula having a nice race there on the hard tyre. Valko up 8 places though, hasn't pit yet, also on the hard tyre. Valko, I didn't realise he was on the hard tyre, up in 6th. Well, that is definitely interesting. Massive battle here. Jibbock's got a really nice line of Mouet for the place as it stands, and he is past. Fantastic move for Jibbock. He's working his way through the field.
So is Key, but Key's right behind Bowers now. Key's got a lot of time now. Key might actually have a chance at this win.
I think Bowers may be struggling with tyres here, because those softs will be falling away quite drastically. And it's the two McLarens here having a little battle between the two of them. It is Headshot and Mouet. Mouet on the soft compound in 4th. And Headshot, is Bowers in?
Yep, and that's with Key now in the lead. I think medium hard is the start for these others. I think Valko might even win this, even on the hard tyres. He's right behind Leslie. Trap's in P6, Dempsey just pick up a 3. But some people will get a pen, but I think Key will get a podium, I think, even with the penalties.
Depends what gap he can pull, actually. He's still in with a chance here. If he manages to do a 1-stop, he is in with a nice chance, KSF1. For a podium, or even better, a win for him. But where will Bowers come out compared to
Tunetank? Way behind Langfeld. Way behind.
Gap.
3 seconds.
Undercut, really fantastic.
4 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. Langfeld got it working. Lovely jubbly. But Moulet with Kolsnik. Moulet on the hard, so he's gonna just go for the 1. So Moulet might even be strong here, but Kolsnik and Moulet battling now. So Kolsnik just doesn't get the DRS. Moulet didn't know he has it, but Kolsnik on the outside. Let's see what he does. On the outside, maybe. Oh, he's done it perfectly, but he still goes for it, Moulet, but he gets it done nicely there. What a
fantastic overtake that was for Kolsnik. Up into 11th now. He's going to be hunting down Bowers. So Kolsnik still in this race on lap 6 now. So, a lot of the soft runners hit already. Trap Formula up in 6th. Valko up into 4th on the hard tyres. PSF1, when will we pit now? The mediums are now probably the most dominant tyre. When will the mediums pit? He's got nearly a 3-second gap to Jibbock. Losing the rear slightly, KSF1, in sector 3 there, as his car perhaps is starting to understeer. I'd be surprised.
Patuka gets a penalty!
Patuka!
Oh no.
That is drastic.
If we could play the oh no meme, obviously it would get copyright, but we would play the oh no meme.
Well, then that means that Trap Formula will not Trap Formula. Key will be absolutely loving that as Paducah sets fast lap and they won.
Yeah, because if Key gets really that pen in the move, he could win that race. Key, because obviously the hards they have to pit one more time the medium runners, so Langfeld, Bowers, Paducah will have to pit again. But I think Trap obviously will be on the medium tyre, but he has to come through the field. That not like Key, he'll probably be obviously about 3rd place, I think. But obviously move they on the hards.
He is driving a very nice race, but Valco for me been really impressive so far, up into 4th on a hard tyre. Now it is interesting what the hards will do. Will they go for the hard soft, because you possibly could make the hard last to the point where you can do the soft tyre. I can't get my words out. Fresh softs will be able to last about 8 to 9 laps round here. So what they will potentially do is stay on these hard tyres for as long as they possibly can. They will lose so much time though if they do try and stay out too long. It will compromise them rather than help them. But if they are onto softs, we know how much quicker they are than the hards, so that's possible. I think it's more likely we will see though, like you were saying before, hards to medium. Yeah,
but, and in the comments, George Morgan TV, obviously we know MCIGT here, one of the greatest columns in, I think. Oh, just interrupt, he just said evening heat. Paducah on the outside of the bridge. He's turning on Pat. He's still
trying to stick it.
What a move from Paducah there, just touching wood there. That was, I think we don't know, but like that was a really nice move there. I think that might be the move of the night to me.
That is definitely a fantastic move for Paducah. With that 3-second though, we'll have to make a gap. We know that he is more than capable of working that gap though. We saw his magic round Bahrain last week, so I have no worries that if he is
out ahead, might look for Carty to get them the dummy.
He's going down the inside of Carty. Look up on the front left. Carty's sticking around the outside. Carty's still ahead. Really nice defending there for J. Carty. Trap Formula down to a switchback. He can have a better line. Slide though. The Trap Formula. Perhaps that hard tyre is not offering anywhere near enough quick.
Do you know?
Switchback down.
Do you know what the pit time loss is on here?
I'll get that up quickly.
Hyper the tyres in the pits. Yes, because I've got it on leader just now, so we know. Langfeld gets past.
And it is
hyper the tiring in the pits. In the pits. So that's not got much ERS. He's used a lot of it, but he's got 8% compared to Carty's 38. Like, oof. A lot of ERS.
I can tell you now, this is the joint top longest pit lane.
And I'm guessing with Britain.
It is with Britain, indeed. 25.5 seconds lost.
So Key would come out behind Bowers. Obviously, like Langfeld, Paducah, and Bowers have to pit again, so it will be a lot long. I think he would win due to the start he's doing. And
well, that is a bold claim there for you.
Yeah, obviously no, but look at the gap he's got though. He's at 3.6 to Jibbuck, and then Trap further behind. If Trap can catch, yeah, Trap could win. But at the moment, Key is looking at the strongest one. But in the chat, V8 Field has put,
on hard as well.
Trap on the inside, gets a nice move. Is J Carter gonna look at it back? No, he gets it done before the turn. Good move from Trap, but in the chat, V8 Field puts alright lads, alright mate.
Yeah, it is a very nice night to go racing. So
go down the outside, Bowers. He's gone. He hasn't gone down. P. Suarez, his rear tyre did save him there, so he's gonna have to thank P. Suarez for not having him go round. But I definitely think Key might have this, because if you look from Key, you can't see Jibbuck. You can see him slightly, but you can't see him as much. You look behind, you can lightly see his car.
That's definitely a bold claim. I mean, he will have to do medium hard, so those hards, well, when does he choose to go onto them? Unless he obviously, I mean, yeah, unless there's a safety car on which the fact that he will, establish himself as possibly the favourite if there's a safety car, which is not, I mean, that is very common round here. You do see a lot of safety cars because of, how technical this track is. One mistake and you do get punished, as we've seen already in the opening 10 laps. But Valkyo still in 4th place on those hards, and he is catching headshot.
Yeah, obviously CRG Geo put in the chat, Valkyo is in the most prime position. Obviously on the hards, he's in 4th. And he said the mediums will work. Definitely. Valkyo, obviously, but Slap's right behind him as well, so it's between Valkyo and Slap, so whoever's ahead of one of them, it will be between them. It's gonna be close between them 3. I think he will get that warning removed. I think.
Oh, massive lock-up for Valkyo. That was a massive lock-up on the front left there. So there's this train now starting to form behind Jibbuck, which means that, you know,
Bowers has now got past
a little
P.
bit out
Suarez.
in front, but like you said, Bowers ahead, but P. Suarez is still sticking with it, but backs out.
Now
so
back to Mule and Colesnick. Colesnick goes up the inside, I think, and he's locked up, but he gets the move done. Nice move from Mule there. Now Dembski. Oh, Dembski in the wall. Dembski in the wall, turn 4.
End plate damage on the left side for the Ferrari.
That's gonna have to be a pit, I think. But Leslie like behind Jibbuck now. Jibbuck might be in a bit of a mess here because he's got Valkyo and Slat behind him as well on the hards.
Jay Carty will catch up as well, so this will be definitely interesting.
Look how close Patuka is now.
A world of good, but Patuka, yep, he is closing up as well. So with that 3-second though, it will definitely be interesting. He's going to have to work, you know, make the time himself now on track to, you know, get that 3-second advantage still. This train notes really, really interesting. Jay Carty still a little bit far behind, but it's just so hard to get any moves done because of this train. Track Formula and Valkyo. I mean, I don't know how happy they'll be just sat in the back of this train, actually.
Yeah, just to say, if you're a United fan, they're losing 1-0.
That is, not
disappointing from us.
Team. But P. Suarez picking up a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit, so
that's not good.
That is, you know, he's. Was that Dembski in as well? Dembski into the pits, obviously. For
Dembski gets a penalty as well. Oh, and Dembski's out.
Retired in the pits, so Dembski retiring in the pits. Which is
P. Suarez on the medium tyre. I'm on the helicopter cam at the moment.
Interesting for P. Suarez then. Can't he last? So
I think Cards would go to the end from here. Sam gets
Sam T picking up a 3-second. He's down in 12th at the minute. We did see him make massive contact with P. Suarez earlier, losing the car, but he managed to save it, keep it out the wall. But he is.
The big thing is that there is now a 4-car train behind Jibbuck. So Key's gonna just like look behind him and go, "Oh, there's a 4-car train. I'll just chill."
Yeah, he will be aware. He'll be able to see on the map. He'll be able to see in the intervals. This train is forming, and under the train now, he has gained about 3/10 in a lap. So this train is really affecting everyone behind Jibbuck, doing the world of good for Key, who obviously has that penalty as well. Jay Carty still hasn't been able to catch up yet, so whether
Key
is pitting. Key into the pits, and that's an early.
So was Jibbuck.
Early.
So maybe it's
not.
That is
early indeed.
Maybe it's not.
What? It will have to go on hards then.
Pit window in 5 laps. I think medium's now actually, because then medium and then hard to the end. I would say Key's on the hard. He gets held up by Jibbuck. He got held up by Jibbuck there. Or was it a glitch? It was a glitch. Let's see what Jibbuck goes on. Jibbuck's got wing damage up here.
Was that why he was so?
Yeah, I think so.
Him up then?
I think so. But Key
gonna sailing past.
Yeah, Key gets past Mule, so Key is now in a net P3. No, P4.
Well, that is, you know, really nice for Key, and he's obviously on the Tyson finish now. You'd assume unless there is a safety car or damage, but Valkyo has worked his way up into 1st place. Like George said, Valkyo and Trap driving really nice races on these hard tyres, making them work fantastically so far. He did a really nice move on Headshot, in fact. Headshot had a little go again at Valkyo, but he's just stuck behind. Valkyo, nice defending, but Track Formula now will have a nice run on a Headshot, but it's too far back, I'd say, unless he's an UF, but he is struggling to match it. Patuka though.
Just saying, George has said it's now in the Valko's hands for sure. Obviously, we're doing interviews this week after the PSL was going down. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. Because that was annoying last week. We wanted to interview to see what the top 3 thought about their race and what happened, but we are hopefully doing them this week. We would love to see how the drivers set up at quali, the start in the race, and what they were thinking about doing in strategy. But at the moment, it definitely looks like the Lauco and Trap have maybe a podium. But Patuka, Carty pits. Now we're gonna watch Key and see if Carty jumps. I don't think Carty will, but I think he'll jump Jibbuck, but not. Don't think he'll be close enough to jump Key. But Langfell at the moment is in P2. But I think Patuka and Langfell will have to pit again.
Yep.
Because they pit lap 5.
Yeah, you'd assume so.
I don't think mediums are going to allow. Yeah.
No, they're not.
Carty comes out. We're going to watch Jibbuck comes to the final corner. Is he going to jump him? I think. Yeah, he's jumped him massively. That damage is not done well unless he gets another pen. I think Sam's just came out ahead of him. So yeah, he's just came out ahead of Jibbuck. That is good for Carty now.
So now Trap Formula got past Headshot for second place. So the two hard runners are in first and second. Valkyo have also pulled a second gap, but Trap Formula hunting that down.
Yeah, now he's in that second. Out to hit the DRS thing, and Valkyo has a little slide, so George might have cursed it here. It might still be in his hands, but he had that slide there. So Trap could take the how many leaders have we had? We've had 3. Key, Patuka, and Valkyo. So could we have the 4th leader change? I was gonna do the thing I had for S6 in a sends counter. How many overtakes have we had, Tom, do you think?
I'd say about 20.
I'm gonna say 20. 20 sends this race. 20 moves.
I'd say a lot of them have been actually really, really impressive. Like you said, we saw one with Kolsnick earlier who sent a lovely overtake. Key SF1 also sending one from quite far back, but made it work. Down to 7th at the minute. It's driving a nice race. TSF1 going to the end now, but we see Patuka and Headshot in the background. Going for move. Jimmo picks up a 3-second penalty. Suffering damage, and now that penalty affecting Patuka past Headshot.
So another send. That's 20. Oh, the infamous what's 9 plus 10? 21.
It is 21 overtakes. We think that is not confirmed. We think no.
Oh, Jibbuck's gone round. Jibbuck has had a spinella, and I think his race has gone from the good, the bad, and now the ugly. It's unlucky for him.
Jibbuck having to pit. He did go fully round Jibbuck, so that is probably the first full spin we've seen so far on lap 14. So that is definitely, you know, Jibbuck, who had such a nice start as well. He's sort of fallen, you know, really far back now, but this battle for well, it stands at the minute in first between Trap and Malco. Malco staying ahead. He's managed to hold off Trap really, really nicely, maintain the gap even though Trap's had DRS. So Trap's still pushing though on those hards. So how far will they be able to go?
Maybe about lap 20, but just into lap gear at the moment. If they pit, they would be only coming up behind Murray, which I don't think will be enough for a podium at the moment. They would have to push like there's no tomorrow. But obviously Patuka and Key have penalties, so
yep, that is very true as well. And Trap and Malco, but Trap's got such a nice line. It was such a nice run as well on Malco round that final corner.
Just to say, look is right behind both of them.
Patuka and Geenham.
Patuka, obviously Patuka has to pit again, so if they maybe pit, Patuka might pit with them and go on the medium tires.
Yeah.
So we'll never see. We'll watch. See if Laukio. I don't think Laukio's close enough now. So Laukio is not going to get the move, but Sam has a little wob coming up final corner against Kosnick. Is he going to get the move? Is Laukio close enough? No, we're going to just watch Sam T at the moment.
Carty as well, just in that battle as well.
Obviously, I think Sam T obviously isn't doing as good because he had maybe because of the FUT Champs grind. He's used to going drag back, fake cross, drag back, shoot to goal instead of going ERS mode, push, pass.
Will he get the move done here though? It looks pretty simple with that DRS and ERS.
Yeah, nice move from Sam. Nice, a little lock up there. Obviously, when you're turning and braking, the lock ups are a bit bigger. If I'm with a thick boy. Carty gets past
Goldsnick as well.
Good move. Good move.
Great move for Jay Carty in 10th at the minute in the points. So that is quite important for Jay Carty as well. But the one to watch though is Trap Formula on those hard tyres from the back of the grid. Like I said, the man, he's more than capable of driving through. I said he was my one to watch coming into this race, and he has proved me right so far. Really nice moves we've seen, and you know, this young man has got so much talent in the Haas, and he is pulling away a nice gap to Valkyo, who's just about sticking with that DRS, which will keep him ahead firmly of Patuka, because you have to think, when Patuka does manage to get in that DRS and trap breaks away from Valkyo in that second gap, Patuka will sail past Valkyo quite simply.
Yeah, but obviously Patuka will have to pit soon, because I think the mediums die off a lot. So, because you can see Patuka's now not catching them as much.
That is
so
true.
I think maybe his tyres have died out.
But how much of that is to do with the tyres and him not getting DRS from Valkyo?
And Patuka gets another pin! Patuka's not,
really
I don't think Patuka's winning this now. I don't think Patuka's winning this now. Kosnick picks one up.
Lang fell in the battle perhaps?
If Lang... Key, I think if he gets a penalty removed, Key might have this. But
it is tough to say. I think Key is actually
the favourite.
You'd assume Bowers, Langfell, Patuka, and obviously we know Trapp and Malco have to pit again. You'd have to say Key will be racy towards the end. But how far up there is Jibbock? Says a fast lap today, 1:37.7.
Yeah,
Malco has closed up that gap though.
Yeah, obviously I think the mediums, they will pit about lap 20, go to the end from there. Sector 2 spin, there could just be a safety car.
Who is that for?
It's P. Suarez.
It was for P. Suarez. Yeah. Does he have damage?
No.
Helicopter cam at the minute, so I can't quite see his front wing. Doesn't seem though.
I don't think he did. No, he did not.
So, the battle at the minute is between
car, by the way.
and Carty.
If you look on his thing, he's got yellow fuel. He has underfueled the car, so he goes quicker in the corners. And Tap didn't, so watch how quick he goes out these corners. Oh, and of course then he's out of slide.
Yeah, it seems as though Trap is really actually very strong in Sector 1 here. That seems to be his specialty. Really strong Sector 1, then obviously with the DRS, Valco just stays with him and sticks with him and gains on him more importantly. 4 tenths now the gap for Valco and Trap Formula. This battle's still ongoing, we've seen it all race.
Yeah, just in the Bowers that one lap overcut, look how much he has closed on Langfell now.
Very true. Bowers, the runner driver, really impressive qualifying, getting that second, and is now battling Langfell, who was obviously the winner of round at Bahrain short. He drove such an impressive race, the TNR driver, so will he stay ahead of Bowers, and for how much longer is a Kosnick in the pit? And Peter Wise picked up another penalty. I think that
Chibok's out.
Was that Chibok out? And
in the pit?
In the pit? I think that's in the pit,
that
yeah.
Is,
so it actually crashed, and I was going to say, if that is a safety car.
Oh my god.
It is a safety car! I thought it wasn't in the pit.
I think mediums can go to the end if people pit. If everyone pits, mediums can go to the end.
This has changed everything. This has really ruined, not ruined per se, but this has really affected Key SF1's race here, because he was looking so strong for that podium. And this safety car, Trap Formula and Valco will benefit massively from it.
That's going to put them on the win, I think.
Safety car around Singapore.
Yeah, everyone's pitting. Key has to pit. Key must want to go on those medium tyres, because the medium, he'll have a new set, so it'll make him a lot quicker.
No, I didn't see Trap hit the wall coming for the pits.
So we'll see if he pits. Key's not pitting. Key is not pitting.
Really? That is a massive strategy call for Key.
So that but Patuka has jumped the Valkyo.
Patuka ahead of Valkyo then.
You knew they didn't pit either.
This is put Trap Formula, considering Key and Patuka both have pens, the favourite.
If Key gets that pen removed, it definitely may be Key for the win. But we don't know yet.
Let me just see how many warnings he has. Because if he has, it is warning the warning. Yeah, so he's got 4 warnings.
So he won't get the pen.
He will not get that pen removed, unless he's been involved in numerous incidents, of course, in which was not his fault. So it will be Key SF1, and I'd say, considering they're about a lap and a half behind Kosnick, next lap, I'd say potentially, depending where people come out of the, when people come out of the pits. Maybe seeing the safety car underway lap 19. We also may see it lap 20, but this gives us, of course, a little break. Now, in a quite nice spot actually. This is just enough to make those mediums last, but not enough to make the softs go. So this was a nice spot for a safety car actually. As it will be key SF1. There's a really interesting strategy call. That's P. Suarez in the wall, out the pit lane. He's hit the wall, so that will cost him massively, and he may have to pit again. Can't look like he got a significant amount of damage. He does that left side of that front wing. If he has to pit again, it will probably take the full 3 laps it can, for 3 or 4 laps it can, and then can win whether he's put up or not. So key SF1, like I said, will get us underway in a few laps' time. Track Formula, though, will be desperate for the race win. You'd have to imagine.
Definitely. 100%.
We saw around Bahrain Short, he had a tough race, as to be said. Numerous incidents he was involved in, and he didn't struggle, but he didn't get the result he wanted it in the end. But it's looking up for Track Formula, and he definitely looks favourite for the race win now.
Definitely. Looking strong for the win, but we never know what could happen. We all never know. So we don't know.
We have seen a lot of carnage already happen during this race. The likes of P-Stars, Sam T, moves been sent all over the track, which you love to see, and this is what PSGL is all about. Clean racing, as fine as it's been nice and clean tonight actually. It's been very impressive as well. The likes of Key to get where he is, and Track Formula and Valkyrie, in fact, moving away up the grid. Valkyrie in 5th, Track Formula in 2nd. They're driving fantastic races. Great strategy from them. I thought the Hards, they weren't going to be particularly racy. They have proved me wrong, working their way through the grid, and now are reaping the benefits. When we do get underway, P-Swise did pit again, so I'd imagine that it is not going to be coming in this lap, and it will hopefully be a next lap, which will be lap 20, which we know will be an 11 lap sprint, almost like a sprint race around Singapore for that win and to get who's on the podium.
Yeah, obviously. But this should be the last lap it comes in, so it'll be an 11 lap sprint. He should just pit for the mediums. Unless he gets a good start and just jumps everyone, but we never know.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to call. I mean, KSF1, if he does get a podium, that'll be a certainly interesting interview after the race, because, if he does pick up a good result here, the man is a genius. However, he could also be... He could have settled for that 7th and tried to work up. He's decided, no, I'm going to do the really aggressive strategy on the slower tyre and just show my pace. And he's going to defend, you'd expect, quite heavily, but he's going to really want this win. And he's always, you can see now he's pushing that safety car along. He wants to get underway as soon as we can. P-Fires, though, still quite far behind, so it will not be in this lap. Be in lap 20 then, and then we will have that almost sprint race type format to the end, where we will see plenty of action, I'm sure of it.
Definitely. Obviously it's not the safety car, so we just have a little break at the moment, as there's no safety car, so I'm just on my phone watching F10 at the moment. Obviously we've got friends in F10 like LR Delta. I'm just watching it at the moment because, there's nothing happening, but as our friend LR Delta, he's in 11th place in F10. Pretty good for him. But obviously F9 I think's about to restart again.
What do you want me to play?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'd expect the safety car to be in this lap, as Tech seems to be having a bit of an issue with Alexa.
I said LR Delta, not Alexa.
Alexa trying to get involved.
My girl Alexa
would be absolutely loving this race.
Mate, my woman Alexa was like, what do you want me to play? Play PSGL F9, please.
So, coming into lap 20, it will be in this lap. P-Suarez has pit again.
Soft can go. If then
he's on some mediums.
No.
He was on softs and he's pit for mediums. So P-Suarez, I mean, he's doing Key a nice job here. He's making the laps less and less as they tick away slowly but surely. So it means that there's less laps for Track Formula 2 to get past Key, but you'd expect that tyre difference and the 3 second of Key to play a massive factor here on whether the fact he gets a podium or not.
Bauer's
down in 8th, Samty in 9th. Bowers doesn't have a penalty, Samty does. Samty, not disappointing, but not fantastic for him so far, down in 9th. But the biggest surprise, well, it's not a surprise really, but Trap and Rauco, their strategy call was fantastic, and the safety car come out at just the right time for them.
Yeah, definitely. But at the moment, it looks like he is looking strong, but Trap obviously on the medium tyre, it will definitely look like Trap might win because of that medium tyre. But we will be doing interviews, and it's coming in, so Paco, that's his name, but we usually just call him P. Suarez. It's hard to say because I know him, I'm a good friend, and I just usually call him Paco, but we'll call him P. Suarez, or Suarez, we'll call him Suarez, as he were coming, and Key is going to slow him down, so Suarez, P. Suarez is actually going to catch up. He's on the medium tyre, better tyres, but why is he slowing down? Go! Vamos, vamos! Ale, ale! He's watching the stream. Vamos, vamos, man. Vamos, ale, ale, ale. But he has caught up, which is good for him. Very good. Means the race is going to be a 10-lap dash. Dun dun. He's going very slow. Going snail pace. Steady.
Be interesting for Key now.
Slow and steady wins it. And he
goes.
goes.
He's gone! He's gone early! He's gone very early, and he's
J2
caught Trap napping.
Yeah, he's caught J2 Trappy napping. Tuka could have J2
really
Trappy
nice
here.
Discovery stop there for Key. He slowed the field down
already gets
massively,
past about Martini. So he's going vamos. He's going the Carlos Sainz mode. Oh, I can't watch Sam. He's got the gear glitch.
Oh, he does, yeah. Sam with the gear glitch, but Trap Formula closing up massively to KSF1. Only amount of time, but will he send it in? No. Key locked up. So Trap Formula did really well to avoid. It's sailing to the back of the AlphaTauri driver. Another lock up though for Key, and there's now contact between the two of them.
P-Swaz gets past Cold Snake now. He's going for the Suarez here. Oh, Rauco's gone round!
Yellow flag.
George has cursed it! George has cursed Rauco's having a chance. Oh no,
round.
George!
That is so disappointing.
George might have just cursed it.
Was that damage for Patuca? He made contact.
No, I'm on
damage
helicopter cam. George has just cursed Rauco. Rauco's gonna be angry at George, like, you cursed me. I can't do an Irish.
It's really, really unfortunate for Rauco. He's driving such a nice race, but Key still ahead of Trap Formula, but he's pushing him along Trap Formula. Lockups all over the track for KSF1, so the hards are playing a massive. We knew that they would, but KSF1 has done well to defend from Trap Formula, but Patuca also had contact with Trap Formula, so Patuca will be battling Trap Formula all the way, but Trap Formula pushing him along every sector in this first lap. And now when DRS gets activated, or perhaps even before, you'd expect him to get past here. He's too far back for any moves at the minute. He's using ERS though. He's having a look. Fakes one. Patuca sticking behind still in that DRS range, but they're making a nice gap to Mue. So the podium could still be alive here for Key with that 3-second as well. There's more yellow flags.
Rauco goes in the pits.
Rauco in the pits and has retired. So really disappointing for Rauco. But Trap Formula gaining so much time on Key. Would he go for it here? He definitely looks like he will. He will go for it. Contact for Key. Sending Key really far wide. He rejoining. Now going to have the inside line. Massive out into them. Trap Formula trying to do a switchback. Key defending really aggressively. Trap Formula trying to stick it on the inside with another switchback on Key. Key's still ahead for the moment. Trap Formula is now ahead. Going to have the inside line. Squeezing Key. Key having to back off a little bit. And Patuca gaining that time on Key now. So it is Trap Formula in the lead. Fantastic battle between the two of them. Although there was a lot of contact in that little battle there. As Key, I think, had a little bit of wobble off the wall there. That means that Patuca will have a nice run coming into the next corner. Going to take the inside line. Will he send it on Key? He will indeed. Patuca and Key. Key stick with it. Great defending for the AlphaTauri driver.
Yep,
still with it. Patuca now.
Well.
Down the inside. Massive wheel banging. Key still sticking with it. There's Key's round.
Yep, Keisha backed out there. Oh, headshot's gone
headshot
round.
as well.
I think Keisha just backed out there.
Oh. That's so disappointing for him. He was driving really, really nicely, and that battle with Trap and Key and Patuca just affects him massively. So track formula looking really strong now.
Yeah, at the moment it looks like Langfell will be P2. Because he could probably get past Mule and bomb off.
Yeah, Mue on those hards, you'd expect Langfell to be pretty racing. Don't rule out Bowers though as well. Bowers second behind Langfell, really close, so you'd expect this battle now to heat up as well. That 3 second, how many players? It's not 3 seconds, I swear Patuka is a lot more actually.
Just saying.
6 seconds for Patuka.
I'm about Mancini, J. Carty and P. Suarez are battling. And Key goes for it! Oh, he's got damage! And he's gone round. That's Key's race over. The wall. That's Langfell now gonna go Vamos. Sam gonna go for it.
Sam T.
Sam's round,
no, but Sam T's round!
Is that a safety car? Oh, he's in the wall again.
Front wing. He's got no front wing, Sam T. No front wing at all there.
He just cut the corner. Oh my god.
Corner, and
that's just put Key.
Safety car.
That's just put Key back in it. That has just put Key back in it.
You'd expect everyone now to pit though.
I don't think the soft runners would. The medium runners would. I think they'll stay out.
I think they will pit.
No, they'll stay out.
With 8 laps to go, I think you'd go for softs.
Softs can only go 5-6. Soft die really early into this circuit. It's a high tire wear circuit. This.
I just think they will pit for softs.
They're not. Patuka and Soft staying out. Patuka is. So is Langfell. See, they'll stay out because it's a stronger tire.
Headshots him.
Key and Sam are going. Key and Sam will go in because they've got damage and they're going. They'll probably go into the mediums. So they go on softs. Respect. I think it'll be new as well. They'll be new, I think. If it's new softs, yes. Brand new, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the Mercs are double stacking. That is not good. Not good. Very not good.
Yeah.
Not
hold
nice.
up, massive leg, J. Carty.
Not nice. Not great success.
What Sam T?
Key's on the medium.
It's a soft for Sam T.
Yeah, that's not good for Key. Oh, and Sam's got 5 to serve, so that's nice for him. Yeah. Key's up to 10s now.
So in the points,
I think softs will. I think softs. I don't think they'll make it. Mediums will, because softs you're gonna have to pull something. You're gonna have to pull something out to somewhere where the sun don't shine. When the sun don't shine, you're gonna have to pull someone out there. Like you're gonna have to pull your finger out there. You're gonna have to if you want this. And that's how hard it is for the softs.
I think the reason softs don't last is because of the tyre, the track temps this gets up to, the track, it burns away your tyres. Literally, the heat that is generated through the front and both the rears, because it obviously is a rear-wheel drive, the F1 cars, all the energy has to go through the rears, so you will massively feel it on the tyre wear. So I think that is why the softs do not last any length of time at all here, but I would have thought the softs would have run. KSF1 obviously thinking differently, but Sam thinking the softs will give it a go. J. Carty as well on the softs, so they're willing to give it a go. They don't really have much to lose at the minute out the point, so I can sort of see why they have gone on to the softs. But safety car will be in next lap, I think. Yep, next lap. So lap 25, which will give us a 6-lap sprint to the line. Jack Formula was making a really nice gap ahead of Key, picked up another penalty, so goes from bad to worse for Key. Been really unlucky again this race. Had that battle but sent around, and that has cost him massively, and the penalties as well playing a massive factor. But Track Formula, like I was saying, was building up a really steady and solid gap to Patuka, but that is obviously changed now that safety car, so let's put Langfell back in the battle, you'd have to say, and Bowers as well. Bowers driving really nicely, and you'd expect to potentially, if he defends from Mue, Kolesnik, because they're obviously got penalty, so more Mue, you'd expect him to be on the podium as well coming into this race.
Yeah, definitely. We'll obviously be looking at it, so we don't know what's going to happen.
That is the beauty. We cannot.
It should be coming in this lap, so 6-lap dash. Obviously the mediums will go, softs are going to be a bit of a push. So it looks like Slap, Langfell, Bowers podium maybe, unless one of them get a penalty.
Yep, very true. They could
And
quite easily get a penalty here.
Yeah, and I quote from Gallagher, if someone says, do you have damage? Going, Ben, do you have damage? Damage, you have Ben? Someone's going to be saying, he will be saying, oh, they have damage. Because I love a good old Matt
Trap
Gallagher.
Formula has 2 warnings.
Oh, that's not Pog.
So does Bowers. Bowers also has 2 warnings. Langford has 1. Patuka obviously has a lot of warnings. In fact, Patuka has wow. Patuka has he's got that 6-second penalty, and he's also quite close to a 9-second penalty. The racing point driver. So definitely, penalties will be a massive factor. Langfeld, if Trap gets a penalty, looks strong for the race win. Actually,
is it in this lap?
Pace. It is in this lap. It is indeed in this lap for Trap Formula. We saw Key on the last Discovery start go very early, caught Trap napping. Will Trap follow suit and go early? Or will he go late perhaps? Minimise the run into turn 1. The risk of getting dive bomb there then minimises. So it'll be interesting to see what Trap Formula does there. As you see them try and generate heat on, into those mediums. Don't really have to do that when you're racing because the tyre temps are ridiculous around here. Hence the tyre wear, but Trap Formula, as he comes around now, really slow in the pack to about 50 to 40 miles an hour. So he's very, very slow off this discovery start. Now speeds up, now goes for it. It's a very early call for Trap Formula. Tuka wise to it though, sticking on the back of Trap Formula.
Definitely. But Suarez's spawn hit the wall, so that is Suarez's day is over now, I think. That is his day over now, I think.
Yeah, this would be tough to see another way. Guys will be in the points come the end of this, but Trap Formula as sort of two guys. Sorry, Peter Rice has retired, so that is definitely his race over.
I think the soft will die.
Gap,
so
though, to Langfeld, so a nice gap forming there, but we can see this battle here for P6. There's plenty of cars involved.
If the Tab gets a penalty, that's gonna be big for Langfeld, because Langfeld can just calm down and sit behind him and win this because of it. Like that's how big that is. He could just sit behind and win the race because of no penalties.
Well, Key has won in 9th at the minute. He's got a massive train ahead of him.
Yeah, obviously all of.
So he could make up a lot of time. He has 6 seconds though, so.
Key has 6, I think actually.
He picked up another 3 seconds in the safety car.
Oh, well, Key, come on, Key. It's a safety car. How can you cut a corner?
Trap Formula out ahead with a really strong gap. Trap Formula in a league of his own, really. He's moved from the back of the grid. He started right at the back, P16, leading this race, and definitely favourite for it, even if he gets a penalty. Look at the gap he has pulled. 2 seconds, Trap Formula in a league of his own. His pace is ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
Some drivers may not like him, but you can't argue his pace is something else. Really nice race for him. Langfeld and Bowers though on the back of Patuka.
Yeah,
so this battle now for the podium is still very much alive.
But Key obviously wants to he's gonna hope for people in that top 5 group to get more penalties, so he can fight for it.
Well, under this train, it would be hard not to pick up warnings, in fact, because if you are going for a move, you can just see on the track map, there is Trap Formula, then you have that little train for P2, and everyone else is behind this train from P11 to P5.
Yep. They're stuck behind. Key, I think, is just going to sit behind, wait for the soft on his tyres to die out, and he'll gonna have a good. I think Key will have a good chance when the soft on his die out. He'll just bomb away. But Muller, I think, is going to be close to a puncture. I think Muller. I think he'll be close to a puncture.
How old are those hards?
20. Oh, Kolsnick in the wall! Just saying, Kolsnick is in the wall. Kolsnick went in the wall.
Well, what did he have about? Oh, he must have had contact with someone there.
Yeah, Colson's retired on track. That's I think that's a quali ban, because that is a lot. If you're retired on track, I think you get a quali ban. That happened to me.
Colsnick retired on track then. So that is, well, Out of pure frustration, that would be. Rebel driver out. DRS has been enabled. I think that's Sam T with wing damage, actually. It is. Sam T has wing damage, hence why he's dropping back so much. Jay Carty on the back of... Key on the back of Roberto Mancini. This battle for P5 is still very much a thing. Traforma's got a 4-second gap to Patuka, 4.5. He is
I think
ridiculous.
Patuka has, like, a non-visible damage, but it looks like he's not going as quick. I don't know why. He doesn't have any damage.
Then, where will... I mean, if Powers overtakes Langfell, P2, because the penalties from Patuka. I don't think
Key's
Patuka,
going for Humberto Mancini, and then headshot less is going for on his own teammate Mulet, and Key gets moved on, and then Mulet, whoa! Key goes for Mulet as well, down the inside into a corner that is really...
down the inside!
He's gonna have the outside. Is Mulet gonna give him... Oh, Mulet just...
Oh, he's got damage!
That's a bit unfair for Mulet there. Mulet didn't give him any space there.
KSF1 with damage. He's still trying to get the move done on Murray. You cannot diss this man's ethic, and he's got the move done. What a move for KSF1.
On the outside there.
That was so close to absolutely slamming into the wall, but he's got the move done on Murray, so he's up into 6th place. Is that damage, so he's going to really struggle to keep there and with those penalties. But what a move for KSF1. Like I was saying, you cannot diss this man's ethic towards racing.
No.
He loves his racing, and he will not give up. He's a true fighter, KSF1. And up in 6th minute, have instances he's been involved in as well. This man he's got the pace and he's got the ethic, and we know he's got so much potential. So he's driving a really nice race, considering all those factors. But track formula, 6-second gap now for Tuka. I think we can pretty comfortably call him the race winner. I'd say. Yeah. This battle for 2nd and 3rd though still ongoing. Langfell, Bowers and Patuka. You'd have to say Patuka goes 6 seconds of pens.
Yeah, well, drop the 4th.
Will not be on a podium.
No, I don't think so. He'll be dropping to 4th place. At the moment, it looks like Langfell will be 2nd, but he probably wants it on track more than he wants it on just penalties.
And Bowers is still in the 2nd, of course, because if he passes Langfell, it will be 2nd place. But Langfell trying to get the move done. Patuka now he's gonna have a better run than Patuka into this corner, still too far back to get any moves done, and Patuka still ahead on lap 29 now as it stands. 2nd place for Langfell, 3rd for Bowers. So will this remain Bowers taking a nicer line than Langfell actually? Through sector 2, still too far back, but will we see with the DRS now Langfell sail past, not using any ERS though? So you'd expect not.
No, I don't think he'll want to use it. I think he'll just want to stick behind it at the moment.
What is Patuka's ERS looking like? He has got barely any ERS. He has been burning to stay ahead, coming on to lap 30 now. But does Mue get a puncture, do you think? 'Cause this is KSF1 picking up another 3-second penalty though. With that damage front wing, he can be struggling. Oh, massive voice crack. Oh
Clip
dear. It is Humberto Mancini though on the back of Mue. However, 10 drivers left. Any driver that remains will pick up points. So Sam T, although he's 32 seconds behind, still getting that single point. So it all counts. There's only a 10 race calendar, so getting in the points will be very nice for Sam T. Getting the point for Sam T. Still nice for him, as now Patuka will be under siege here from Langfell. You uses EOS and
go for a nice move down
round
the inside, and it's perfect. Passing with Langfell on wide.
Nicely, but Patuka coming straight back at him. Will he try and do the switch back? He doesn't really go for it.
Now let Sam get. Sam's going to get that point as well, as he's in top 10.
So Sam T picking up fastest lap and that point for 10 at the minute. Patuka staying ahead of Bowers though. Bowers, if he wants his 2nd place, will have to get past Patuka and attack Langfell on the final lap. It doesn't seem that way though at the minute. Langfell has pulled away quite a nice gap from Bowers now. Track formula with basically what will be a 10-second gap in a few corners time. Yeah, it is track formula. He is fantastic pace wise. Patuka locking up there. Patuka with that damage and pens has just been quite slow, really slow in fact. So he doesn't have damage, he just has those pens. So it's tough for him to stay ahead of Bowers but Woody's ahead on track. Bowers is 60% EOS as we now come on to the final lap of the Grand Prix, and a man from the back of the grid looks to be taking the race win in Singapore round 2 after a disappointing Bahrain shot. We can't crown him it yet, of course, as he's got the rest of the track to navigate, and it is tough as we've seen a lot of spins so far during this race. Come to the final lap, will we see any other moves done?
I think Bowers will get on Tunetank.
You think it will be close under the DRS, but you guys know DRS, so should expect Bowers now to send it down the inside. Yep, he has got it indeed. So Bowers getting on track. Sam picking up another 3 seconds. Batuka trying to come back at Bowers, though looks to be too far back. So yep, Bowers up to third on track. Nice for the Renault driver. He's had a nice Grand Prix actually around Singapore. Langford though, the winner from Bahrain Shore, looks to be looks to be second this week. So still looking good for Langfeld, the Ferrari driver. Bowers in third, and it seems as though it will stay that way. And Trap Formula, after, like I said, plenty of times before, the result didn't come in Bahrain short, but if he manages to pick up this final sector, it will indeed come round Singapore in round 2. So still firmly in this championship fight, and his pace today has demonstrated that. It will be Trap Formula as he crosses the line for the Singapore Grand Prix. Fantastic for the Haas driver from the back of the grid. It will be Langford Bowers closing the gap, but it's just not enough. It's not enough. Langfeld will still be championship leader. Bowers third. It will be Batuka fourth, Headshot fifth.
Miller 7.
6 on track. Moved down because of the penalty. 7th, sorry, 8th for Key.
Still get points, which is good.
And we are now waiting for Sam T to finish, but Trap Formula with the 11-second gap. You expect if Ronquillo hadn't spun him to be firmly up there, but obviously when he spun, that was it for him. But it's good to see Langfeld on the podium again, and Bowers as Sam T spins across the line. That is it done round Singapore. Should we get them in front of you, Sam?
Yep, we'll just run down the grid first, obviously. If you can get them in during the grid run, obviously Trap, the driver of the day, from last to first. But still very good from him.
Right, hang on, let me just message them.
I will run down the grid for you just now, and it is Trap Formula taking the win from last on the grid. Langfeld, the championship leader, still in second place. Bowers, then Patuka, then Mule, then Lessie, then Carty, then Key, then Humberto Mancini, then the last point finisher, and the last finisher, Sam T, with the fastest lap, which will be an extra point. And then the DNFs were Kolsnik, P. Suarez, Laukio, Jabuk, Dimsky, and URL Hyper. While Tom gets them in, I will go and show them. Put the cars in. So if they're doing it, Tom.
All three are doing it. That's what we like to see.
That's what we'd like to see. If you could just add them to the good old party by clicking add players, we can get them in. I'm guessing you know their PSNs. Because it should be their Discord.
Should be their Discord, yeah.
It should be. Second the United game. It's half-time 1-0, which is a bit mean. Come on, United, you should be doing better. I'll go and show them the now. Show them. And we'll do the Haas first, as that was the winning car today.
Let me just try and find Trap. Come on, PS. Can you invite Trap to the party?
Yeah.
And Langford as a friend so I can get him in? If you're a
Yeah,
Trap,
I'm
I'd love.
Mhm. So we'll go to Leno. Tom, we'll let you interview.
Okay, so Bowers, how did you feel after that P2 in qualifying? Yeah, definitely. Apparently, a lot of drivers complaining that the rain didn't come up on their computer screen. Was that the case, or? So there we go then. So it was a fantastic qualifying for you. And what do you think about your race in the end? It was yeah, we did see a really nice battle between you and Langfell actually. And after that safety car restart, it seemed like Patuka was just stuck in the middle of you with the penalties at the end there. But you were gaining on that last lap. Do you feel you could have got Langfell? There's a few laps left, or? Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a very nice display from you today, and really impressive qualifying as well. That was definitely, like I said on the stream, we're not usually you're a very strong racer, but not the strongest qualifier. So it was really good to see you in second today. Moving on to second place, Langfell. Are you there, mate?
Yes.
How did you feel your qualifying went?
That was my first lap. I didn't practice, so I didn't know the rain was coming either, so I almost didn't do a lap because I was on the toilet and came back and made that lap. And then the rain started just when I was entering the pits.
So, obviously, you come back from the toilets, you see the rain. You did set quite a nice lap though. But obviously, it wasn't where you could have been. But where you ended up during the race, how did you feel your race went in the end?
On the first stint on the softs, I started to struggle behind Bowers, and he was starting to pull away. Then I thought that maybe I should pit one lap early to jump in undercut him. And then I get maybe I think 3-second gap. And then I tried to push to take on Petuka, but he was just too fast on the second stint. Also, I got a light green damage because I barely touched the wall.
Yeah, Singapore is definitely a very punishing track, as we saw today as well. But it was very impressive the way that you stuck with Petuka and how you fought Bowers tooth and nail that race as well for that second place. Definitely a very strong showing from you and for Petuka as well, who did obviously pick up the penalties but still drove a really nice race. So, do you feel like the safety cars helped you in the end, or did you feel like it didn't really benefit you?
I'm not sure, because the safety car, the guy starting on hards gained a lot of time during that safety car, but I don't know if we pitted onto mediums again without the safety car. We have been stuck in traffic maybe, so I don't know. Maybe it gained us some time, maybe not, I don't know.
It come out at an interesting time, because like we were saying here in the commentary box, it was too early for softs, but the mediums, if you'd have picked for mediums, you would have lost that important track position around here. So it definitely worked staying out, I think. And yeah, it was a really good race actually. The last few laps were definitely very entertaining. That battle with Petuka lasted all the way from the safety car restart right to the end, and that last final lap. So really impressive for you today. Now moving on to the race winner. Trap, you there? So, Trap, after that qualifying ban, what was going through your head?
Alt strat.
Always the alt strat for you, Trap.
Amazing.
Yeah,
It paid off.
It paid off massively. Did you, when you started on hards, we were saying obviously the pace difference on hards was going to be massive, but you made them work to such effect. And you had that battle with Raukio, it seemed like you were both on the same strategy, and you were both riding quite high, and then the safety car come out at just the right time for you to pit onto the mediums, and on those mediums you went. Obviously, under the safety car, you got involved in, behind Kieran, and what were you thinking when you were involved in that battle with Kieran?
Well, I was in the party with him actually, and he said he was going to hold me up, and then the next lap I got past him, so, and then he spun out, but, yeah, I wanted to relax, obviously, so I can get past him. I obviously knew I was going to get past him anyway, but, yeah, that's what happened, and from there on I just built a massive gap, because I had a 5-second time penalty added onto this race, so, yeah, it all went to plan for me.
Well, definitely, your pace today was absolutely immense after that safety car restart. The gap you pulled, it seemed like you were just, like we were saying, in a different league of your own after that safety car restart. It was 11 seconds at the end there. So really, really nice for you today. And obviously, with, quite a few drivers around you, how are you feeling now going into round 3?
Well, I don't even know what track is it. Do you know what track is it?
I can get that up now for you. But
Obviously next round I'll aim for the win again. But obviously I want to see what track is it. But...
it's Austria.
Okay, that's alright. So I'll just aim for the win again. I want to just win as many races as I can, and I'll do well for myself. Obviously. I had a poor start to the season, just not that good for me. Kind of didn't help my confidence. But, just have to carry on. But got a win now, I can carry on from here, I can get better results and get more wins and stuff, so yeah, that'd be great.
Well, you were definitely very, very impressive from the back of the grid today. I mean, yes, some may argue the safety car come out at just the right time for you and Valkio, but you know, your pace when after that safety car restart proved why you are at the top of this field. So it was a very impressive drive for you today. And Tech, have you got any questions to ask any of these guys?
No, not really. Like, I would just ask the same things as you said, Tom. Obviously, the safety car, did it play in any of yours favours? The question to everyone, did it play in your favours?
Well, in my opinion, yes, but I think I deserved it after last round. I think I deserved it.
Langfellow Bowers, did it come in your favour, or...? Oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so obviously, well done to all of you. Now, me and Tom are going to end it here. Tomorrow, Tom's got S7, I've got S6, Tom's at 7 o'clock, I'm at 8, for Monday tomorrow for S7 and S6. But this has been PSGL F9 Division on PS, Season 28 on 2. Me and Tom will see you next week at Austria, same time, next Sunday.